Hello and welcome to this week's Angel Oracle card reading for week commencing the 8th of October 2018. Thank you so much for joining me here this week. It really does mean a great deal to me that you enjoy connecting with me, because I really do enjoy connecting with you. This week, again, we're going to be using the Energy Oracle cards. And with these cards, when I shuffle them, I'm going to pull 3 of them. And I'd like you to think of a number, either 1, 2, or 3, because that number is going to be the card that is most prevalent in your life at this time. All of the cards in some way are going to have meaning for all of us, because this is a general reading. But to try and make it as personal as I can with this style of reading, where it's not just one-to-one, if we narrow it down to the card that we're most drawn to, that just gives us a little bit more of a clearer message, I feel, or the message that's most likely to resonate with us at this time. So with that in mind, just keep the number in your mind, keep going over it, am I drawn to card 1, 2, or 3, and we'll see what comes up for us. Being a bit patient with the shuffling this week. Usually it happens quite quickly, but not so much so. Card 1 I've just pulled. Just pulled card 2 now as well. And our third and final card, card 3. Okay, so I hope that you have in mind, I'm sorry, I'm still suffering from a bit of a cold. So excuse me if I sneeze or snuffle in the middle of this reading, I apologise. So I hope that you have the card in mind that you were drawn to. So card number 1, we have rest and rejuvenation. If we've been drawn to this card, this message is very clear. What are we taking on the weight of the world on our shoulders? I almost feel like this pressure on my shoulders as I say that. It's almost like this overwhelm, this kind of heavy responsibility, like who is it we're looking after? It is great to be a caregiver and to help those and support those around us. That may even be something in our lives that we do every day for someone we care about. That could be one of our roles in life. But this card is asking us to take some care and look after ourselves. We need the rest, we need the rejuvenation. If we can't get away for a weekend, just try and get into some greenery. Even if we live in a city, there will be some greenery somewhere, maybe a park or a library with some benches, I don't know, but somewhere where we can connect to nature. I feel like nature is really important for us if we were drawn to card 1 this week. But getting an early night, sleeping well, eating better, improving our diet, making sure we're getting all the vitamins and minerals that we need, making sure that we're hydrated, really looking after our bodies. Because even though, yes, we are spiritual beings, we're also human beings. And we said this in the reading last week, I think, that we have to really enjoy this physical body. Our physical body can be very difficult at times. We can feel pain, emotional pain, physical pain, and it's very difficult sometimes to be human. I bet that when we go back to spirit, we just feel so liberated. But then I also think that we'll miss being a physical being, because there's so much beauty and joy. We get to laugh, we get to feel a hug, we get to experience pleasure and all these different things, food, things that we may sometimes take for granted. So just to spend time allowing our bodies to heal physically this week. If we were drawn to card 2, well, we have Healer of the Ages. This figure to me really, I feel like this is like a Christ consciousness, like this is Jesus Christ in this card. And it doesn't matter what our religious belief is, in my opinion. I feel like this Christ consciousness is so important for us all. It is the light of God within us, the light of the universe, if you want to put that twist on it. But it's this healing energy that is so pure, so beautiful, and so loving, that it's just being poured into us. I feel this is about receiving healing, mostly physical, but mostly emotional healing. I'm getting like all pain and anxiety just being swept away by this loving energy, this Christ consciousness energy, and that we're being really receptive to it. It makes me feel so alive. Like card 2 is making me feel so alive. But also we could be the healer, because any healing really just, it comes from the divine, and we are the channel. So it's almost like if we have a funnel and we're pouring water through the funnel into a bottle, it's not necessarily the funnel that's creating the water, it is being the device in which the water is flowing through. And that is almost like what we're like when we do healing with people. We are the device that healing energy is working through. So on one hand, that makes us as healers the same as everybody else. We don't get some kind of special certificate to say, well, we may have a certificate, but what I mean is it doesn't make us any more or less than because we're a healer. However, it can mean that we're more sensitive, and it also can mean that we just need to work a little bit harder on making sure that funnel is clear. So clearing through our own stuff so we can be the best healers we can be, and also taking advantage of that healing when it's coming through. When we're healing others, it should be that we are being healed ourselves, because like we said, that energy is passing through us, so that does us good as well. So if you're a healer and you're not practicing healing at the moment, do it because it's only going to be beneficial. So that's really what's coming up strongly for card 2. And if you were drawn to card 3, we had this card a couple of weeks ago. You may have pulled it twice. Door to value. We gotta value ourselves. We've got to value who we are. We are all divine. We don't all like each other, by the way. We don't all necessarily click and gel with the same people. And that's okay. It's okay to for that to happen, because not all of us are in the same soul group, so to speak. So it's almost like magnets when they're not got the negative and positive together. It just works. But if not, there's kind of this friction between the two and repels each other. We can have that with some people, but it doesn't mean that they're bad people or we're bad people. It's just that we're a different soul group. We're here for a different reason, experiencing a different thing, not our tribe. But that shouldn't make us feel any less than. And so we have to value ourselves, because we are, like we said, all divine, and we do all carry that spirit within us, that immortal soul that cannot be destroyed and always will be. So we need to start seeing the amazing miracle that it is for each of us to be here. For this particular one of us to be here, because out of all the, we take it back to a really basic biological level. For all our mother's eggs and all our father's sperm, we are the ones that got here, basically, is what I'm saying. And that's an amazing thing. And we've grown and we've flourished, and we've probably all been through some really difficult battles. That may have chipped away at our self-worth or our self-esteem or our confidence. But what this card is saying is, no, value who you are, because you're so special. And it's just a reminder of that. So just to recap this week, rest and rejuvenation is key. Being healed and becoming the healer, that's quite a big thing for the middle of this week for all of us generally. But if you pick card 2, that's even more relevant for you. And card 3, value ourselves for the wonderful being that we are. We've all made mistakes. We're not perfect. We're not saying that, but we still are a miracle for being here. So I hope that you have enjoyed the reading this week. I can't wait to speak to you to see what comes up for our next week's reading. I'd love it if you left a comment so that we can converse and get to know each other a little better. And if you felt inclined to share this video or even subscribe to this channel, I'd be absolutely over the moon. That would mean so much to me. Until we speak again next week, I'm sending you so much love and happiness. Lots of love, Alyssa.